What's going on, guys? How are you?
Hey,
Good. Hi.
Out there in Vegas. I swear in Michigan, Vegas weather for the past couple of days. It's been like 84, 87 degrees. It's been insane.
Tell her, Chris.
Chris,
Tell her what the weather's like out here.
yeah, it's super hot. There you go.
well, I've got several people in here. Let's just say hi to everybody in the chat. Batman Popster, Funko Sanctuary, Carmen's here, Campbell's is here, Dallas is here, Annalise is here, Fox is in the chat. This is here. Andrew's here.
Wow. Hi, everyone.
Christina. Mama J, what's going on? Unuseful Unboxing, that's Tori. Jay Funko's here. Ernest Lopez is here. Two boys and their pops, Stack and Pop. So yeah, we've got a good group starting. 14. It'll go up after a couple minutes as soon as we go live. So this is Chris and Eric. Let me switch this view a little bit better so we can see your stuff. This is Chris and Eric from VANSER Toys. I'm pronouncing that correct. Yes, VANSER Toys.
Yep. Got it.
Yeah.
So how long have you guys been in business as far as the VANSER side of things?
Go ahead, Chris.
Wow, it feels, I don't know, with everything going on, time has completely escaped me. But I think we started the business late last year. I think we were talking about forming the business in August, and we didn't start getting things rolling until 2020. But it was an idea that formed in the summer of last year, actually.
Oh, it's relatively new then, and you guys are from Vegas, correct?
Yeah.
Born and raised.
Eric's born and raised. I was raised here in Vegas and been here for most of my life. I think moved out here in '99 when I was in middle school.
So I have to ask, because obviously as a YouTuber, everything that goes in behind the scenes is a lot of work. But you guys both have full-time jobs during the day, and you're doing all the creativity and everything with the production of the VANSER at night.
Yeah. Working that 9 to 5, and then we make toys right when we clock off. So it's been an amazing journey thus far, and it's definitely kept me sane because I work in marketing, and you work in that corporate environment, and I need something to balance myself out in terms of creativity, and having this when I clock off is something that I look forward to every day, actually.
Very cool. So how did you guys how did you guys come up with the RAM idea, and how does that correlate to the Vegas side of things?
It was just we being here. The Bighorn sheep is so integral in all of our stuff out here. They were on our license plates forever. There's statues of them on the side of the highway. There's a museum downtown that's dedicated to Bighorn sheep. So when we first started looking at everything, we're like, what is Vegas? What would represent us, but not going like the gamble route, not going the atypical route where everyone sees Vegas as casinos and gambling and nightclubs. We're like, what do we see every day? And it was the Bighorn sheep. So
okay, so you're correct then. It's not when I saw the Ramble in the name, I assumed it was a ram, but it's a Bighorn sheep.
Yeah, Bighorn sheep, or they'll call them rams from time to time.
Well, I didn't even.
They still got the horns.
Yeah.
So let's we'll pull up your website here. I've got it up on Q. So hang on one second. So I found you guys, and I was looking at other collectibles, and so one of the things that we as collectors, and as everybody in the chat can see, these guys both have pops in behind them, so they are pop collectors as well. Yeah. And
big time.
Did you guys start with Funkos and then say, hey, we can do this too, and we have our own idea with the Bighorn sheep, or?
No. Yeah, you want to take it, Eric?
Yeah, we've both been collecting since we were kids. I've been collecting comic books, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle figures, Pogs, like whatever the new trend was, Pokemon cards, I had it. So collecting's always been an addiction for me, and Funko Pop kind of took it to another level because it had every single IP. It had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it had Power Rangers, it had everything. So basically what we came up with was we were at San Diego Comic-Con 2019. We're standing in line for collectibles, and we're like, man, how could we get a crowd? What can we put out that would get people to line up for us? And at that point, we had already been in business with a marketing company together that we started. So we were already in business together, and we kind of wanted to take an avenue where we were making our own thing, but what could we focus on? We're like, dude, let's focus on Vegas. What does Vegas have? What do we have that represents us? So that's when we came up with the Bighorn Sheep, and that's kind of where our ideology started. Was we wanted to make toys to help people that are underrepresented be represented, like Vegas, like these really underserved markets.
Well, yeah, because everybody thinks of the glitz and the glamour and going out and hitting slot machines and everything else. So you guys are kind of humanizing the side of Vegas that I hadn't seen before. And I guess I noticed when I jumped on here, because I saw his face and I thought he was adorable. I don't know if he's supposed to be adorable or tough, I guess.
Yeah.
But I started looking at some of the things he's done, and I'm going to try and find it really quick. I think I told you guys in the DM that there was one that I really wanted that you guys sold out really quick. And maybe you guys can take us through the process of how you guys come up with these ideas. Let me see if I can find them.
Yeah, our resin one-off pieces has been kind of a new venture for us. We originally started with vinyl because that's when you start a toy company, there's no script. There's no roadmap. You just kind of do it. And we saw how our vinyl toys don't really move as well as we'd hoped. So we were just like, we're not utilizing the idea to its fullest potential. So let's just make these one-offs. Let's just do something fun. Let's actually build the toys rather than have them ordered and someone else make them for us. That's kind of where the resins came from. And they've been extremely popular to this point.
Yeah, and I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
that train of thought just didn't happen overnight. We were in contact with a lot of people that we looked up to, and one of the most pivotal moments I feel for us as a company is when we attended DesignerCon as attendees, and we started talking to folks that actually make toys and get their insights on it. Because, as Eric mentioned, there's no playbook on how to start a toy company and how to build one. So we were really just feeling it out in the dark and trying to emulate or look up to and ask folks that we've looked up to. So we reached out to Connor McConnell, Abominable Toys. He was such a huge help for us when we first started. And especially going to DesignerCon, meeting with the folks, great company, they're based out of Fremont, called Props and Pops. They gave us a huge amount of insight on what is the only formula that works, but what is one of the formulas that works too when designing a designer toy. And we can definitely get into that process too, and happy to share those chunks of knowledge for those that are interested in creating vinyl toys or just designer toys in general.
So the resin ones, so you guys are casting those at your shop now? Is that what I'm getting when you're doing the one-offs?
We Chris has a background in animation.
Okay.
So he's been doing all the 3D modeling for us, and we collab on ideas and kind of work on each other, see what kind of IPs pique our interest personally. And then we bought resin 3D printers. We actually started with PLA. That was our first Ramble ever. I have
actually hold
PLA
on
printer. And that's how we got started, and then we transitioned to this resin.
So this is the first PLA Ramble that we've ever done. You can see it printed on the horns. The face is much different, but this was the full first one that we've ever printed out. Compared to what the final product is now, it went through numerous revisions, but this is what we were working with in the beginning.
Okay. This one's my favorite, and I saw that. I don't remember. I think I saw it on your Instagram page, and I was like, I want that, because I'm from Michigan, and my first job when I was 16 was working for an apple orchard, and so I dipped caramel apples, and I made fudge, and made donuts, and all that, and so I thought he was adorable. But I did end up getting one, because my second favorite thing is silver. but I have to say it started with the box, and I appreciate that you guys personalized the box. I thought that was really cute. That's super cute. But the other thing that I noticed is how professional, and here, I'll go full screen so I can show this, how professional the box was. So I got a Ramble that is a limited edition of 50. But as you can see, the packaging is excellent. And this also came in a sticker. So this was the first color lot. Is that correct for Ramble?
That is the founder's colorway, is that brown and bone color.
And then I even got a signature on the back, which makes it even more special. And it has all your information on it, which is great. So I haven't taken him out of the package yet. I left him in here for tonight so that we could show him. I looked at him. I'm not going to lie. I looked at him. So, I mean, he comes packaged. And you had the 3.5 inch of the vinyls, and these are the 5 inch, which, or the, do I have that backwards?
The 5 inches are vinyl. We had a manufacturer make all of those to our specifications. The 3 inches are a little bit more homegrown. We do everything in-house, from the packaging to the casting to the painting. So not as quite of a professional experience as the vinyls, but hopefully we'll get there eventually.
Now, has COVID caused issues? Like, were you scheduled to go to some Comic-Cons this year and set up booths to try and jumpstart this more, or?
Chris?
Yeah. Right on the head with that. We had we were planning for a bunch of shows to attend to. I mean, before the whole COVID thing happened, we did attend some shows locally, but one of our big shows that we were going to attend was this summer in Las Vegas, the amazing Las Vegas Comic-Con. And we actually had a whole campaign on our Instagram account about the next variant that we were going to debut at that show. So that show unfortunately got canceled, but we're still trying to push forward with that resin variant. But because of the whole COVID situation, things have slowed down on our manufacturer side. So, I mean, we had to adapt with what we currently had, and we had 3D modeling skills, and we had a resin printer. So that's basically how all these one-offs came off, because we couldn't get them manufactured on a bigger run, but we still wanted to put out pieces and content that we can control and during these times.
Carmen says, I've never seen these, and Divine Pop said, these are cute. Exactly. That's what drew me to them when I saw them. And I have to say, even though I'm a grown person, the butt is fantastic. Yeah. That is excellent.
Yeah. The booty gets a lot of attention.
Now, how often are you guys going to drop the one-offs? I mean, is this going to be kind of like any other drop? Or are you guys going to thinking about, you know, if this takes off and gets bigger and you're able to do the Comic-Cons of doing things like a chase or glow in the dark variants or something like that?
Well, just with all the COVID-19, stuff that's been happening this whole year, we've actually had a lot of time to make as many as we want as of right now. And so we've been churning out the one-offs pretty often. With Vegas, our city is actually opening back up on June 1st. They're starting to open casinos and whatnot. So as far as the one-offs are concerned, they're going to probably slow down. But what we're going to do is focus on making more lines. So we wanted to release them in groups of 5 or 10. Just right now, especially when we were learning, one-offs were just better for us. Because if we messed something up or we weren't happy with the print, we could always do a couple things with paint and release it for customers that wanted them. And not that we're the greatest painters or the greatest at these things. We just have fun, so much fun doing it, and we wanted, and a lot of people got attention to that. They saw how passionate we were of just making the toys. So that's where we were at with the one-offs. But yeah, we would definitely want to transition to doing more lines from 5 to 10 pieces, and then we can grow from there, especially as manufacturing opens back up.
Well, I think they're adorable. I mean, not that I want you to give us all your secrets and everything, but like what can we expect as far as like I see that you did the Las Vegas Vikings. Are you guys going to do one for the Raiders that are moving out to you guys?
Chris.
So that one, I'm gonna say, it's like, does a hard maybe make sense? Like,
maybe.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely taking a look at it. Like Eric said, it's only the two of us in this company, and we love what we like doing. And if there's a huge response or need for what our audience wants, what the city wants, which is a Raiders variant, like we'll be happy to put that together and get that rolling.
Now, have you gone into any shops that are out there or stores out there, or are you strictly doing everything online?
We haven't partnered with any stores yet. Originally, our game plan was to hit the convention circuit really, really hard, and then kind of get exposure that way, and kind of see where the company would take us. Due to the COVID-19 outbreak, we had to adapt, and that's kind of where the resin printer came about. So we're definitely still wanting to partner up with people. We have a few people locally that we're wanting to partner up, and our main focus really is Las Vegas, putting us on the map, and our main focus was Las Vegas, putting us on the map and growing the image here in Vegas that we're a city. We have collectors, we have professional sports teams, but man, the response by other people has been so great that we're really expanding our horizons, that we want to help people and groups find their voice as well.
This was another one that I absolutely love, the one with the Watchmen face on it.
Yeah, I just got done watching the series too, and it was amazing.
Yeah, this was fantastic, and I love the detail on it, and I thought it was adorable. But what I like about you guys and what I saw when I looked into this is that you are starting to expand on something for everyone. So even if someone is a Winnie the Pooh fan, you had the Winnie the Pooh. If someone's a foodie, you got the caramel apple one. If someone is into like the Watchmen, then you had that. If someone's into sports, you had the Las Vegas Knights. I mean, it seems like you guys have come up with some really good ideas as far as different ways that you guys can take this. Do you have to get licensing for the stuff like the Las Vegas Knights, or it was just an homage to them, so you didn't actually put the logo on it, so you can get away, without having to do the licensing? Because I'm sure that's expensive.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, yeah, you answered it perfectly. It was a homage to the colorway. So we didn't use the actual Knights logo on our box. We wanted to make sure that we didn't infringe on any copyright. But you can still create a basically an homage colorway Ramble and have it in the Golden Knights design. As long as we're not using the affiliation for that team, and we're not calling it like the Golden Knights Ramble. Mm-hmm. It's fair play.
Yeah,
we had a like we sat down about that, and looked up licensing laws and making sure that we weren't doing something that was going to get us in trouble.
We didn't want to disrespect the design that went into it, so we didn't want to just straight steal it or anything to that effect, but we wanted to make it recognizable, and we wanted to have it be a point of pride for people in Las Vegas. So we definitely walked that line, and Chris, masterful with his art, just came up with something that screams Golden Knight without saying, hey, we just ripped this off. It's definitely, an original piece.
Well, I've got two guys in the chat that I know that, and I just put the share of the comment. He says, I need a Batman one, please. Do you guys take special requests, or have you considered maybe doing something like that where it's near and dear to some of these characters that everybody loves?
Well, if I wish I could have it lit up, but behind me is probably 40 Batman pops. I'm like addicted to Batman pops. Like, that's my favorite thing in the whole world. So I definitely really want to make a Batman one. But again, it's that towing that line, making it in that colorway and making it representative of Batman, but not disrespecting the original artist and just sticking a bat on it. Like we want to make it. We'll find a way to integrate the Batman elements without actually just ripping off a Batman logo or something.
Yeah. Well, you also have let me go back to where I was. You guys also have other products and stuff, and this is actually I was going to ask you about this because we're actually in a logo contest right now for everyone, and so we're looking at doing shirts and stuff. So who does your shirts and your pins and stuff, because they've done an excellent job on that as well. I mean, I love the look, the image was crisp. And so do you guys print those in-house too, or do you send that out, and do you have a recommendation of someone that we could talk to?
Chris, you can walk them through that whole.
Let's just say it all out. Our shirts are done through the Shopify.
Okay.
And within it, there's a vendor called Printful.
Printful, yeah.
Printful. So it's really pretty easy. All you have to do is upload your art, and then right then and there you can choose the placement and where you want the graphics to go, and then they'll give you a price listing based on how complex it is. Usually they're all digitally printed tees, so they're not as expensive as screen printed tees, and the quality is not bad at all. I'm actually wearing mine right now with the Ramble sleeve.
Nice.
But yeah, definitely through Printful on the Shopify app. That's the one that we've been using for our shirts. And Eric, do you want to talk more about the pins?
Yeah, the pins are made for us from a Chinese manufacturer. We pretty much when we got into the whole vinyl toy thing, we saw what other people were doing and shopped around and looked at things like that. So that's actually Chris's original art. It's vectorized and sent out to them. They stamp it off the vector, and then we send them the colorway, and then we design the backer as well, and then had them all bagged individually. And then we hand numbered every single one of those when we got them. That's actually an addition of 100 pieces. We will make more of them, but they will be in different colorways.
Okay.
And without spoiling too much, we may or may not have pins on the way in 2 separate colorways.
Okay.
So there might be more pins hitting the store, and they'll be really, really limited as well.
Well, I noticed that everybody, when I started off on Instagram, everybody was pull this out. Everybody was into the Funkos, and then all of a sudden I started hearing about the pins, and they've come out with the big pins and everything else, and then I started getting into Bandbox and doing their mystery boxes and things like that. And I don't know, maybe that's another avenue that you guys could do, is get with somebody who does mystery boxes, and maybe do something and combine with them and get your name out there and get stuff in people's hands. Just an idea. I'm not sure, but they do enamel pins. So now I have a backpack. So you guys are going up on the flap. I already took the other one off.
Thank you.
So yeah, I have those on my computer bag that's gone out. And then you have stickers, which is something else this is like gold to everybody in this room. Everybody shares. One of the guys, Cody, that's part of our group, he was like, everybody, please send me your sticker. I've got a couple of the different ones here. This is the colorway one, the original colorway. And then got the big guy here. So
that's our calling card.
It's really, really cool.
Business card.
Oh, my mom just got in here. So my mom's Deborah in there. So Mom, see, this is what they manufacture. This is their collectible. This is, Ramble. And here's his little butt. Which as a girl and as someone who is immature as anyone else that collects everything under the sun, yeah, that was great. But you guys do pops as well. Yes, and you guys both have walls of pops out there. So I always ask all of my guests 2 questions. The first one is, what is the favorite pop that you have in your collection right now?
I don't have it in me in this room. It's actually at my mom's place in California. But my favorite pop is it's the Sully and Boo from 2013. So It's the big Sully and the metallic Boo. It's got to be hands down one of the favorite pieces that I've owned, and I bought that. I bought that the year it came out, but I bought it, of course, marked up. I think I bought it for like $100, but I had to have it, and it's one of those pieces that I just can't let go, no matter what.
I think for me, it has to be my STCC 2013 White Ranger.
Oh, nice.
I remember the whole experience was amazing. I started collecting in 2011 and very lightly, and I walked into a comic book store and they had all the STCC pops, and they had to have 20 of the STCC pops from that year. And I was pretty young at the time, and I'm like, I'll just buy a few. And the next year, they were impossible to find. And then the next year, you had to be at the con. And then the next year, you had to be in a lottery at the con to get them. So it's just that nostalgia where the White Ranger is one of my favorite things in the world, and just going into a comic book shop and just buying it, and not not having to pre-order it, not having to pay markup or eBay, and not having to win a lottery, just going to my local comic book store and going, oh, cool, and just picking it up. That's kind of when I fell in love with Funko, realistically, that year.
So he's into Batman. What are you into, Chris? Like, what's your favorite?
My poison is Disney. Like anything.
Disney,
so
big time.
Yeah, as Eric mentioned, I have an animation background, and I grew up watching Disney, and Disney is like, so I got into Funko Pops mainly because of Eric. He bought me my first Funko Pop, so he gave me the first taste of it, and it was I still have it. It's Russell from Up. So he got me that, and I was like, all right, I have to get Carl. So I got Carl, and then I saw the whole Disney line and all the pops that were coming out, and I was like, oh my god, there's a Power Rangers line, there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles lines. I remember in 2013 when just having the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle metallic pops drop, and I saw that they were up on Amazon, and this was, I think it was like the second or third day of SDCC, but I just went in and ordered all 4 pops off of Amazon. I was just like, wow. And I never really thought it'd turn into something like it is today. Never crossed my mind. I mean, I bought it because I love the turtles. I bought it. I love the sculpt. I love the design. And it was, that's when I started collecting a bunch of things because I just loved what they were. Like I had this whole buying frenzy, and then I stopped for I think I stopped for a year and a half until I was doing grad school in San Francisco, and then I came back here, and then that's when it just full force opened up, and I have Eric to partly blame for that, and that's when we'd be up and hitting the Funko shop and just collecting,
hunting,
pop hunting and all that. But I've learned to balance it out. I've learned that wall space is a commodity, that once wall space starts filling up, I start having crates and crates of pops, and I started narrowly focusing my collection, especially in the Funko Pop era. So I'll buy a pop if it resonates with me, not for the sake of, oh, this might have value down the line, but if this is something that, if it's worthless, is this something that I can look at and still be happy that I have it in my collection? So learn to really ease off that throttle a bit, and especially making that leap from, or adding in that addition from being a collector, then also creating something as well. That's also helped me in my, because I'd route money towards the business and art side, and then if there's something that I want in a collectible, like I know for sure that, oh, this is something I really, really want, regardless, and it's not something I'm looking to let go in the future.
Mom, are you still in the chat? I'll have to show you guys. You guys haven't been on the lives before. My parents are actually better hunters than I am. So this is my newest baby.
Ooh, that is awesome.
My parents surprised me with him.
Wow.
Yeah, I freaked a little bit. I got a heart attack coming from him, but it's really mail in to Michigan right now. I've got boxes that are out. So this is my whole Mandalorian shelf. Slightly obsessed with the show. All the characters. I mean, he's up on the Grail shelf. Baby Yoda's up there. I refuse to call him the child. I will argue.
It's such a good show.
It's a
They
great.
did such a great job with it, and I will say that as not to out myself, but I'm not the hugest Star Wars fan. And The Mandalorian sucked me in, and I rewatched every single Star Wars movie just because The Mandalorian's so good. It's just so good.
Yeah, I told my dad about it, and so they had Disney Plus, and my dad binge watched it too in like 3 days, and then my nephew got into it. I have Ralphie, the flocked Ralphie too, because that's my one in my family. If I'm cooking Christmas dinner, you better leave me alone because I'm watching Christmas Story. I don't care where it starts, where I come in. I have to watch it till the end, and then I will rewatch it again and again and again. And then I've got my Back to the Futures over there because this is the 35th anniversary of Back to the Future. That would be a cool one, guys. Somehow you could figure that one out. Do a 35th anniversary of Back to the Future. I know someone who might buy that one immediately.
I'll note that down. Back to the Future.
That would be a cool one. So I do the flux capacitor, or even the flaming tire tracks across them, or something.
Yeah.
We've been working on sculpts mostly these last, I would say, month. We're really trying to put our stamp on it. Is the one thing that we can do differently that a lot of companies aren't really utilizing is we can change the model because we don't have to order 100 pieces.
Mm-hmm.
We can change the model at will. And with Chris's art and background and talent, it's something that if that was something that we would do, it would definitely have to be a model change. Like Ramble in a puffy vest would be amazing.
Yeah, it's already there. That was in my head. I was like, oh, all right, I'm gonna model a puffy vest on him. Maybe give him the jeans.
Or like just some crazy hair.
That'd be great. So what you're saying is, though, this is going to even be more of a collector's item because I think I have number 33 of 50, so you've only got a few left of this. But if you're kind of changing and getting away from doing the vinyl, this is even more of a collector's item. Hint, chat.
Yeah. Then we talked to me and Eric talked about it before. I don't think we're going to be doing any vinyl lines in the foreseeable future. So, and that's the thing with starting a business that we've learned in our experience is you never really know what success is going to look like. Like we had a whole business plan. We had our idea of what a successful output would be, and what we kind of were trying to guess who our market was going to be. And, we, as Eric mentioned before, we had our first launch in February, and it didn't perform to what we set our expectations at. Mm-hmm. So our first thing we did was we took a step back and we reevaluated ourselves and our business plan. And it's like we were telling each other, okay, yes, it didn't perform to what we wanted it to be, but we had to expect that. But what do we want to do from here on? Do we want to jump off the boat and do something else? Or are we at least having fun? And are we passionate about to keep this thing moving forward? And of course it was the latter. So then that got towards to, okay, how can we communicate now that Ramble is out? How can we talk about his story? How can we push that brand that we wanted to, which was push Vegas? And then from that, it came out of this whole creativity thing, because we knew from the get-go that there might be other people like us who've collected Funko and want to create their own figure. Mm-hmm. And we knew that we had information about doing that from professionals that have been doing it for years. And we want to give them the help that was given to us when we first started out, right? And one of the things that we've also learned when starting a business is that there is no secret. Like there's no secret recipe that you check mark the boxes and you're going to be successful. Mm-hmm. Like that hasn't been the case for us. But what what has been successful for us is really putting the passion into the work and then putting that out there. And when you put that out there, I can't explain it, but something happens, and people who see it that align with the same kind of messaging and the same kind of art that we do, they connect, and then they start asking us questions, and then from those we build those relationships. And most recently we had someone ask us about how the toy making process was, and we gave them all of it, like no secrets, everything, because that's what we want to do. Like we want to put our voice to this designer toy industry, but we don't want to do it in a way where we aspire to be like Funko, because we have to realize to a point where like Funko is Funko. Like you can't be Funko because there's 100 other people that are trying to be Funko. But what we can be is we can be ourselves. Like what's our voice? Like we know we're not Funko, but we do love connecting with creative people. We do love connecting with the collector community. And if we can put our stamp in that in any way and help them have these pieces that they love and that they're willing to buy, like we just want to push that forward. And it's crazy. It's it never gets old. I can't explain. Like it always seems unreal to me that people like what we create, because we never thought that would ever be the case. And
big time.
It's always an unreal feeling, and we were super humbled and blessed to have a great audience that recognizes that. And it's something that we'll never forget. And if you ever down the line want to make a toy, or if you have a question about manufacturing or even just starting a business, like definitely hit us up, and we do our best to respond to anyone at any time. So
Sorry, the dog needed to.
It's all good.
Well, I don't know if you've seen any of the other shows, but we always do something fun. So I have something fun and Las Vegas themed for you guys, and the chat can play along as well. So I'm going to run this little intro. So, in honor of Vegas, I didn't do anything crazy because of the fact that, this is, I didn't want to focus on the gambling part of it, but I did want to focus on the entertainment portion of it. So, the question to you guys is going to be, you're going to tell me who's the real star and who's the impersonator.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Let's do it.
All right. So here's the first one.
And
then I'll show you the second one, and then you tell me if it was number one or number two, who's the real one.
Oh, yuck.
I'm gonna say
impersonator there.
I'll say two is the real one.
Yeah, I don't think Britney Spears ever had abs.
I think she did for a brief moment before the umbrella. And the real Britney is?
Yeah.
Yes.
Nice job. Nice job. Okay. So who's the real Michael? This one? Or this one?
I'm going to say one is the real one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say one as well.
And the real Michael? I don't know if they even know that there's a real Michael. He's mostly plastic. Yeah. You're right. Number one.
See, I was like pulling a thing out of Dave Chappelle. I was like, you can't look at the eyes. You got to look at the
All right.
Oh.
This one? Or this one?
Can I see one again?
Yeah, that's so well done. I gotta say number one.
Yeah.
But whoever number two is, if it's not the real, man, that's great.
Yeah, I gotta say number one.
And the hunka hunka burning love is? Number 1. Good job.
Yeah.
All right. So this guy on the left or on the right?
I'm gonna say left.
Man, why's he gotta be looking to the side? You know he has one lazy eye. I gotta say number 1 because his eyes are malaligned.
That is correct.
The one on the left.
The one on the left is the real Ed Sheeran.
Yeah. And also, Ed Sheeran has a wider cheekbones.
Nah, man, it's the eyes. It's in the eyes, man.
You have to admit, though, that guy on the right is almost a perfect doppelganger for him.
Yeah.
He is.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Or
there's so many Cher impersonators out here. So many. Oh, that's really hard.
I'm gonna say 2.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 2 as well.
and the real Cher is
Yes.
finally looking old. That woman, I swear, has aged better. I don't know if she's got the secrets of Egypt and they're mummifying her. I have no idea. I've seen her in concert twice with, and you cannot tell at all.
There's a Cher impersonator on every block. Well, probably not right now, but normally on every block of the strip, there's a Cher impersonator, and they are all wonderfully done.
Oh.
This one I had to do a double take on. So you've got number 1, number 2.
Oh, 2. 2's the real one.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say 2. Huh.
You're right. Number 2.
And I guess the information I had for me was I recognized that shot because it's one of the PR shots we have, or one of the old PR shots we had at my work. So just like, oh, I know this.
There you go.
Every day.
I got that inside knowledge. Ooh.
Or did I trick you and they're both Frank Sinatra? I'll show you number 1 again. And here's number 2.
I'm gonna say 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 1 as well.
Someone just said these are creeping me out. And the real Blue Eyes is?
Yes.
Wow, that is probably the best one.
It's like I'm just like looking at it. I was like, all right, I'm feeling the hairline of 1. I feel like that's the natural one.
That's pretty nutty. That was great.
He's got a hairpiece on. You know he does. You know he does. But you can tell that there's years of drinking and partying on that face right there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. His is pretty bad too.
Yeah, he's seen some fun days.
And who hasn't where you guys live? I mean, that is the whole reason.
Yeah.
All the time. It's the most entertaining city.
Yeah, there is no last call here.
Yeah, okay, quick story. I went to California when I was 23 with a couple buddies, and one of them was from Wisconsin. And the bartender walks over and says, "Hey, last call in 30 minutes." And I looked over at him and went, "What the fuck is last call?" And he was like, "Oh, you poor sweet Vegas child. They're gonna stop serving alcohol." And I'm like, "For like at this bar? Can we go to another bar?" And he's like, No. They're gonna stop serving alcohol. They're gonna stop selling alcohol in the city." I'm like, I don't understand. It was the funniest, most innocent thing. It was so funny.
Lisa Noble just said, in my defense, I don't know who he is. That's Frank Sinatra, the Rat Pack. Like Old Blue Eyes, New York, the song that they play when the Yankees win a baseball game. That's who that last one was. Are you guys ready for Fox? Fox, am I going full stream or full screen for you?
Absolutely. I gotta see this.
All right, here we go. Maybe we're getting glow in the dark Fox. Technical difficulties, Fox.
Oh, I missed that sound. Oh, I missed Chance.
Perfect.
That's awesome.
Perfect logo.
The Golden Knight.
Wow. Okay.
You didn't know your mascot grew a beard during COVID either, did you?
Chance. Oh. Accurate. You know what? That's how I remembered him. Accurate.
Yeah, the Gila monster.
That is amazing.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Representing Golden Knights.
Who knew that you had that?
Wow.
Just because our mascot is amazing.
I'm just messing around. Let's go. Let's go.
Oh, what?
Let's go.
Oh.
Don't do it.
Let's go.
Can you ship us that Knights logo though? Like we need that on our wall.
Yeah.
And so that was the appearance of Fox. I live in Detroit, and I didn't know about hockey until I moved up here because I lived in North Carolina. So we didn't have a hockey team down there. It was always so humid in the summertime and even in the winter that hockey was never even considered a sport down there. I didn't even know it existed until we moved up north. And so, yes, I am a Red Wings fan, Cubs fan because of my grandpa. And then this is my other guy up here. Hang on, let me grab him. This is my other diehard passion right here.
Ooh.
Michigan State University. Yes, I know they're horrible right now as far as the football team. This is my guy right here. I watched their football team, and I was born a Bears fan, but I have become a Lions fan because they are so bad that I keep hoping that they're going to do what the Cubs did. They have never won a Super Bowl, and that one of these days they're going to get it right and maybe actually make a run. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. They built the stadium though, right, in Vegas?
Yeah, yeah.
The Raiders.
The Legion Stadium. It's I actually drove by it earlier. It's
so ugly.
It's
So ugly.
the
For whatever
inside
reason,
is
Jesus Christ. But yeah, all the technology that went into it, it's going to be beautiful inside. I'm still under the camp that they should not have any organized sports until there's a vaccine. That's just my personal opinion. It's just too scary out there, to be honest. If you're healthy enough and you're willing to risk it, then you should be able to do whatever you want. That's why we live in America. But it's just so scary out there. But yeah, the stadium is horrid looking on the outside. The T-Mobile Arena, where the Golden Knights play, is beautiful. That whole, what's it called, Chris? The park?
T-Mobile. No, Toshiba Park.
Toshiba Plaza. Yeah. Oh, that thing's beautiful. It's like gold and pink. It's amazing. But I am not a Raiders fan. I will be a Raiders fan because they're representing Vegas now. Golden Knights fan. We didn't know about hockey until, well, I was always a hockey fan because I grew up in the generation of the Mighty Ducks. But when the Knights moved out here, it changed the city, and that's why that was such an integral thing for us to incorporate into the company, was a Golden Knights something, because you couldn't go 10 yards without seeing a Golden Knights plate, sticker, jersey, t-shirt, something. The Golden Knights took over the city, and it was right off of the heels of the October 1st shooting. So the whole city just rallied around the team, and the team went ahead and went to the finals for the first year in existence. So that was pretty amazing. But yeah, we will have love for the Raiders because they're a local team. We have love for the Las Vegas Aces, the RWNBA team, and hopefully we get an NBA team soon. And we're a farm team for a MLB team, the Aviators out here. I don't know what team we're a farm team for anymore. It's changed so many times. But no longer in the LA shadow.
Very true. Well, everybody from LA comes running to visit you guys anyway.
Absolutely.
So I want to share some love to somebody in the chat. So what I want you guys to do is, if you're on your phone, I don't care, whatever, I need you guys to go and subscribe to them on Instagram. And when you guys get there, come back and say done, and we'll build a quick wheel, or we'll do a random name generator or something, and we'll pick somebody. So you'll get the pin, and you will get a sticker, one of the stickers, and I'll send that out tomorrow to whoever wins it. So please go and click on them on Instagram so that you guys can follow them and all their progress. And if they do a cool Batman one or something else that you guys are going to see, these awesome one-offs, I follow them now, and I get notifications when they have something going live, because I don't want to miss another one that I'm going to want. So run over there, and I know what number that they started at before the live, so I'm going to check, and if I don't see them popping up, then I will keep them. So we'll give you guys 5 minutes. Dallas is already back. He says done. So we get you guys some followers on Instagram so that they can guys.
Oh, we really appreciate that. We really do. And yeah, Eric, we'll probably do a custom piece, like a custom piece for your show.
Oh, cool.
As a giveaway in the future. I'm already trying to think of ideas of what that sculpt would be, but I'll definitely put it in our I'll put it on our list.
I think you guys are amazing. I really do. I'm hoping that, I mean, the timing, obviously, with everything that happened is not your fault. And I don't want you guys to give up, because I think you guys have a great idea here, and it's so creative. And that's what I love about it. And then I got so much more excited when I started seeing you guys do these custom pieces and the one-offs, that I think that it's really going to take off. And I'm hoping that you guys get the opportunity to do all these Comic-Cons. If you guys want to come to Motor City Comic-Con, I will take you around to the best places to eat in Detroit, and I will keep you safe.
That's hard to pass up.
Safe.
I'll take you to the best restaurants. We've got Michael Simon's Roasting downtown. We've got some excellent barbecue places. We've got Brazilian steakhouses that are downtown that are excellent. So we'll show you guys a good time if you got to come to Motor City Comic Con.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, we definitely want to enter into the con circuit. Like that's something that we were hoping would be this year, but with everything else, you know, just we want everybody to be safe. We want to be safe ourselves, so we're doing what we can.
Write these names down here. So we've got Batman, got Dallas, Batman.
So I will say that when you brought up the caramel apple, we have been working on a different variant, which is very similar, and I want to preview it now so everyone can see it.
Hang on, let me put
let's see my lights. It's caramel green apple.
Awesome.
So as soon as he's cured and ready, he'll be up on the store. And there are 3 of them going up. So should be a little bit easier to get this time around. But we are always doing, I wouldn't say custom orders, but we love hearing from all of our fans and everybody else that wants to reach out to us. And we really do take all your suggestions into account. I would say our last 2 or 3 pieces have been based on suggestions, and we've even done custom pieces for people that reach out to us. So if you have any questions about the toy making process, if you have any questions about our process, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions for us, just feel free to DM us. I don't think we've ever ignored a DM. And we love reaching out to new people and hearing from new people. We didn't realize it in the beginning when we started everything, but the best part of starting this company has been all the people and contacts and all the wonderful groups that have reached out to us and we've talked to and we've learned about. And realistically, that's what's keeping us going, is just all the love from all the different communities.
Well, it looks like you just got a sale. So silver-haired wolf channel said she just made a purchase. So we're working on that. There.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, really, like it is so surreal. Every single person that supported us, we reached out and we want to thank them. And I doodle every single box that comes out of here. Chris doodles every single box that comes out of his stores, because we really want to put a personal touch on it, because we're so thankful for every customer, every fan, every like, every word of encouragement. It's just beyond words.
Well, you guys in our channel are kind of in the same place. So this is our 14th episode ever. And we've gone from 5 subscribers to 200, and I was well over 250 today.
Amazing.
In just 14 episodes. And
that is amazing. That is so great.
And you know I need all the support, and Fox needs all the support that he can get, and we wanted to return the favor to you as well, because you know that's how everybody grows, is you get word of mouth out there. There are a lot of people that are taking notice of us. I want them to take notice of you. I will continue to show your stuff on my page, because I do think it's amazing. So I'm going to build a wheel here. I've got 1, 2, 6, 7, 11, 12, and the dog is getting out of the room again. I wish he would just lay down, because I'm in my office, and so I try to keep him in here so he's not like barking at somebody walking by.
It's all good.
Anybody else? This is the last call for entry. So I have Dallas, Batman, Dana, Gene, Christina. Gene, welcome, my man. I'm so glad to see you back. Christina, Mitch, Quick Draw, Mama J, Silver-Haired Wolf, Campbell's, Carmen, and 2 boys. Anybody else? Flash Ray. There's Flash Ray. Pop's got anybody else? Anybody else go? Lisa, you went and liked them on Instagram? You following them? Let's see what you guys. Let's see what you're at now. I mean, you have way more followers than I do already, so that's amazing. But yep, you're up to 2,395 guys.
Oh, wow! Thank
Amazing.
you. Thank you so
5
much.
away from 2,400.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, our social media, that was one thing that we jumped into the deep end as well. Like that was something that we weren't really well versed in. So I remember starting it out and then trying to get those followers and build those momentums early on. It was yeah, like we didn't anticipate. We're like, wow, this is like social media is work too. It's that's like a whole job in itself. And but the fun part about it and is like following fellow collectors and fellow creators and then communicating with it on that platform and then having that build upon itself, like that's been like it's almost unreal to watch. And it's something that, you know, I'll open up the account to do a post and I'll be like, I can't believe like there's this many people that will like are willing to like hear what we have to say or what we have to put out.
Well, there's 27 people in here, and you're 5 away from 2,400. Can we get them over 2,400, guys? We're 3 away now.
We'll definitely we got some follow backs to do.
Yeah, definitely. And that's the important thing is just we love following back people because we love just following up and seeing what other people are creating. It's just, again, like I said, it's the human element is the part that's keeping us going. It's the fun part. It's interacting with all the people. And this forum is fantastic. Like what you have going on is so great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah.
This group of people, oops, I dropped my pen. This group of people has been fantastic too. We've done since I started going live on YouTube. We just did a week ago Monday? You guys might want to tune in on Friday, and I'll explain that in a minute.
No.
A week ago Monday, we did a benefit for Pops for Patients. So
okay.
Out of Tennessee, and then they take Funko Pops to kids in the Children's Hospital. And obviously, with everything that has been going on, they can't go in right now. And they both said during the stream that night that it's kind of renewed their energy to want to keep going with this. There's Tall Man Toys, and then the Pops for Patients founder, and like kind of rejuvenated us, which was a good thing. Well, Fox and I, we put what we thought was an unattainable level or one that would be hard to hit of 250 Pops donated. And we said if we hit 250, we would do the Death Nut Challenge. Do you guys know what the Death Nuts are?
No,
I don't.
The lowest level Carolina Reaper.
Oh, okay. Yes.
1.5 million Scoville. And the highest one, the 5th one that we have to eat, is 13 million Scoville capsaicin crystals on it.
Wow.
We threw a second challenge out to them, and we said, if you get over 400, we'll do the 1 chip challenge. One of our guests had the chips to donate. So Friday night, we're going to do the Death Nut Challenge. And I already told my mom that I may have to go over there or to someone's house, so I'm not sitting at home alone and get some sort of bad reaction. But stick around for that. It'll be fun. And I'm thinking that we started a Patreon today to get some people involved, because this channel is for everybody who's a part of it, and to continue to throw ideas, and we want to build content for them. So we started a Patreon today, and we're going to be doing a quarterly benefit. So what I'd like to do is keep in contact with you guys, and maybe you guys could do something with the whatever charity we pick's logo on it, and we can do something like
yeah.
Oh,
if you guys,
absolutely.
Okay, I mean, and we'll buy it, so I'm not worried about that. But
you want to go, Eric? Because this is
on
our radar.
This is definitely relevant to what we're doing. We have we originally did a plan to release our clean slate pieces, which is our blanks, and we wanted to take each piece and donate it to charity, the proceeds that we get from auctioning them off. And right now we actually have the first piece from our clean slate program. It's on VANSERTOYS.com. If you go to the webpage, there's a banner that leads you to the eBay page, and you can bid on it now. There's a piece that was custom painted by Creature Maker Toys. It was a Ramble that was custom painted. VANSERTOYS.com, there's a banner on there that says bid.
how do you spell it? Oh,
It's just our
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
our
our
website.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, I've got
And
in the background, so I can't hear. So VanserToys.com, and there's one on there that is for charity, and you can bid on.
correct.
All right, so I'm
Yes.
gonna roll this across the bottom. All right, so there's their website, guys.
So originally, our idea was to do a local company that two of them was one was for a charity that donates pops to hospitals as well, and the other one was going to be a group of people that dresses up like heroes and visits local hospitals. And again, in our city, both of those things are discontinued right now because of COVID-19.
Mhm.
So in order to help with all the efforts, we are donating a portion of the proceeds towards Southern Nevada Health District COVID-19 relief.
Awesome.
We're starting at 50%, but that's a scale because it's our first auction. We didn't know how much it was going to go for. So the more people bid on it, the more we're going to donate. It's 50% will be the minimum. So it's growing pretty well. I think it was up to $70 or right around there as of today, and it still has a few days left. It's actually expiring on Saturday at 12 p.m.
Yeah.
So if you want, get in there, bid on it. It's an awesome, awesome, awesome piece. The paintwork was amazing. It's a very, very, very talented artist. We actually have some of his pieces personally in our own collection. He's a small startup company, and he's also a tattoo artist and a graphic designer. And hopefully we'll have more pieces up. We have a few pieces on the way, and they're all going to go towards the same cause. We're going to donate at least 50% of the proceeds towards Southern Nevada Health District COVID-19 relief.
Awesome. That's amazing. But yeah, so you guys make sure you go check that out. And let's see if we can't help them out. I will link your channel in my story when we get done here tonight, and make sure that we have a link in the description. So I think I've got the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 18 enter. But I'm going to show the list off in just a second. I want to double check on how we are doing here. 2398. There's 2 people in here that can go follow them. Let's go. We'll get them at 2400. I know you can do it. All right, let's share this screen here so you guys will do it. It'll be the first one off, guys. So the wheel of names here. I normally do these custom with a bunch of colors, but I didn't have time after work today. I had to grab some dinner before I got this done. So I have on the list, I have Dead Zone, Dallas, Batman, Dana, Jean, Christina, Mitch, Quick Draw, Mama J, Silver Haired Wolf, Campbell's, Carmen, 2 Boys, Fox, Flash Ray, Lisa, LBD, Magoo, and Andrew. Is there anyone that I have missed? Speak now or forever not have fun stuff. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Scott. Pop Scott. Thank you. Are we there yet? Did we get to the last 2? Refresh one more time. Still at 2398. 2 people. Let's go. Get in there. Do it. Ready? Break. 23 people in here. We're going to get you over to 2400, I promise.
Oh, it's all good. This is already so amazing.
All right. All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to shuffle it 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, let's do a little more of some time on this just to give us some, we're going to do 26 seconds. And announce the winner. All right. We're just going to do it up. We're going to do sounds and everything. All right, guys. Good luck to everybody. Here we go.
Good luck. It's like anticipation. Oh.
No.
Oh,
No.
Bob Scott, congrats.
Congratulations.
Bob Scott, congratulations. I'll get with you after the live here tonight, and we will get your address, and you can pick which one of the stickers that you want and everything else. So congratulations, my man. That's awesome. I'm going to share some love, get you guys out there.
Oh, we appreciate it so much. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
No
really.
problem. Chad, I'm going to open it up just for the last couple minutes, and then we'll let them go because you know it's probably you're getting to your dinner time out there, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's all good. Yeah. Yeah. Anything you want to ask us about either the company, collections, the creating process, concepts, anything. Yeah, we'll open it up and we won't hold anything back.
So we'll open up the chat. Chat, do you guys have any questions for these guys? I'll put them up on the screen for you. I mean, I was going to ask you about the process of how it goes as far as
Yeah, I mean, we can go through that quick. Yeah, we can go through that pretty quick. So, so me and Eric, we worked in tandem with each other when creating a vinyl or a resin piece. So what I do is I go ahead and I pull up a template. So let's say if I have an idea that I want to do, and actually, I brought this up. So let's use the Okami, or let's use the blueprint one as an example that you had up. So I'll have the template up on my iPad, and then from there I start conceptualizing what I want it to look and how I want to lay the paintwork in. So then I'll go ahead, paint it, make sure that it has all the lines and everything that it needs, and then from there, we'll go ahead and get the paint done. So that's for one that's already a standard piece, and then we're gonna go ahead and throw custom paintwork on it. Now, something that's more different, like the the skeleton piece that we revealed yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That would be, I would go in and I would model the 3D model in ZBrush.
Okay.
And if for anyone that's interested in chat that wants to do 3D modeling but doesn't want to pay for ZBrush because it is a pricey software, I would recommend using Sculptress. So it's made by the same company, but it's free, and it was actually, that was the program that we first used for the first model of Ramble. And so I'll go ahead and 3D model it. I'll send it to Eric, get his feedback on it, and we talk about, you know, what's going to work in print and what's not going to work. And then I'll go ahead and finalize those files, and I'll render them out as STL files, and I'll shoot them over, and I'll email them over to Eric, and then he takes it from there.
Yeah, so I do all the 3D slicing, and then the actual production piece. So I'll slice it in my 3D software so to prep it in order for resin printing. Then I'll resin print them here. I'll send them and then see what errors or corrections need to be made to the model and what corrections need to be made to the slice, and get it production ready. And then clean up the first one and then hand it over to Chris, and then we'll collaborate and say, you know, this detail isn't refined enough, or this detail isn't deep enough, or this detail is too deep. So then we'll collaborate and come up with the perfect blend of what's manufacturable and what's modelable. And then we'll put that together and then come out with a new piece. And that's how, pretty much how the Skelly piece came about. A lot of the pieces we kind of work off of each other. Like Chris is very systematic with painting. I'm more just all over the place. I'll just take a pen and just start painting. And so we definitely have our own styles, and we come together really well, especially, you know, the business blend and the social media blending and the marketing blending and the modeling and the artwork. It just, we really work in tandem very, very well together.
Yeah, and these pieces, like when we put out a test print or we test things out, like when we upload the STF file and after Eric splices it, like it just doesn't print out instantly. You wanna tell them how long like a print would be, like just to get
Yeah,
one.
each piece we print them individually, and they take anywhere between 8 and 12 hours if it's just one piece. If it's a 6 piece mold, which we do a lot of the 6 pieces, like the t-shirt mold and whatnot, because they're so intricate to paint within the arms and then the legs and then around the horns. We have to do each piece individually, and those prints can take up to 13 to 16 hours. So
Wow.
each piece is really hand printed, hand sanded, hand painted. Like we do everything in house for the resins.
Well, that's awesome. Are you guys going to do like seasonal things? I got a couple questions, and I know you guys already kind of said that you're not really doing customs, but they say they keep asking, would you do a custom order, like made to order that a customer wants, and if you did, how much approximately would it cost? Because I'm sure including all your time from the concept to the artwork and everything else. Is it something that you would consider? Like, say somebody in here had a company and they wanted to get a bunch of them with their logo on them. Is it something that you guys would consider doing?
So as far as manufacturing, we don't do lines. Like we won't do 10 pieces for anybody. It's kind of not, it doesn't work well with what we do since we print them all individually. But we have done customs for people in the past, especially custom paint work. And we love hearing people's suggestions just because it helps us know what the customers are looking for. So what, like for example, when you told us about the caramel apple, and it just so happened that we were working on more pieces, we had no idea that it would be even popular until we put the first one out and we got 30 messages, and they're like, I need caramel apples in my life. And we're like, we didn't know. We just wanted to make something that just came out of our brains. It spilled out and was like, hey, we should make a caramel apple one. And then so we definitely love hearing from people. We love putting people's logos on our toy because it's another thing that it goes back to our core that we want to help represent those people that are underrepresented. So yes, we will take customs, but we're not going to make it just for you. If it's something that we're interested in, we'll do it. And that's the beauty of what we do. We do everything in house. That it's not something where we're like, okay, then we have to go to manufacturing. We have to go to China. We have to figure out if it's even going to work. It's like, you want that? Okay, we want to make it. We can make it overnight and then go, this works or it didn't work.
Okay. Two Boys and Their Pop says, have you reached out to sports team that have mascots of a ram like Colorado State University?
That's so funny that you bring that question up. We haven't. Again, that hasn't been in our pipeline, and I don't think in the foreseeable future. For right now, we do want to keep it small, but that doesn't mean like we'll do these one-off pieces like that for folks that have been with us in the past or that have been with us from the start, and we just want to show our appreciation. There's actually a collector that we recently did a piece for, and it was the CSU RAM logo. Let me see if I can. I don't know. Did you send that off already, Eric? Oh.
Let me check. It's probably easier if I just show it.
Yeah. So we worked on that, and that was just a one-off piece. Again, we used their logo, so we didn't really want to highly manufacture that, but we did want to do something as a sign of appreciation. So we did do a CSU logoed Ramble piece for that particular collector, and we just wanted to say, thank you for supporting us, and we did this piece for you type deal. But yeah, as far as reaching out and getting officially licensed merch, so like the thing with licensing is that you have to have capital in order to back up those agreements and those affiliations. And like we said, like we do this in our off time. It's just the two of us, and we aren't starting with a lot of capital for the things that we do. And the goals with the companies, like we just want to keep this thing going. Like we're not looking to, as mentioned previously, we aren't looking to explode and be Funko. but we are looking to just keep doing this for as long as possible. And the ride and the journey so far has been incredible. Like I would never in a million years thought I'd be making toys and designer figures, and it's been something that's really fun. And we're just trying to use our platform in order to help others and spread the word as well. So we're not really looking to get too big, but who knows, that could change down the line. But as of right now, like we just love keeping it homegrown and yeah, keeping it small, keeping it indie.
Andrew said, have you guys ever thought about doing pieces for such things as autism, breast cancer, St. Jude's?
Yeah, definitely. Like Eric was saying, like we were looking at since we have this platform and we have this growing platform, like of course one of the core things that we want to do as a company is to give back in any way that we can. And we know that we had Breast Cancer Awareness Month, like doing a breast cancer piece, doing a pride piece, and doing all these pieces. And it's just a matter of fact of, since we have to print it ourselves now, like being strategic and then also making the time for that in our pipeline. But yeah, we're definitely interested in doing lines like that and giving the proceeds to charity. Like that's something that's I think won't go away anytime soon.
Carmen says you should make a COVID chase.
COVID. We were so when this whole thing was breaking out back in March, and we were thinking about that, like making, but we didn't really know like if it was something that we wanted to pursue in a tasteful manner, right? Like we didn't want to just put a mask on him and then call it, oh, it's COVID Ramble or Pandemic Ramble.
Yeah.
But we did want to do something that just like we thought, hey, this would be a great platform for our Clean Slate campaign, right? Like we want to do an auction, we want to give the proceeds to charity, and having it done that way, we found was like a great avenue for us.
Well, I've been dying to ask a toy company and toy. Do you guys keep one of everything that you make so you have this growing collection? Because I can imagine if I worked for if I was Brian at Funko, I would have every one ever created. Give me.
For the vinyls, yes. For the one-offs, no. And there have been cases where I've done one-offs where it's like, it's like I have to see you go. So like sometimes you just have to just give the baby away, and just like, no, I poured so much of myself into that. And it's like, but yeah, for the one-off pieces, we don't keep those. Those are truly like one-for-ones. And but for the vinyl pieces, yeah, like we definitely have to keep one of those.
Yeah.
You have some other stuff back there. So you have what, Chomps back there?
Yeah, Chomp. So stated previously, Connor McConnell, he's been such a tremendous influence and help to us. Like we met him in person in Designer Con. We reached out to him in the beginning. He was one of the first people that supported us on the launch, and he's been supporting us every step of the way. And what he's doing, like, and that's the thing with looking up to designer figure collectors, so like Reese O'Brien with BIM Toy, what he's doing with BIM Toy and all these designer folks is, seeing them come up and then plateauing themselves to a bigger audience. Like we love seeing that. Like it gives us motivation to do better and to push ourselves in what we're doing. But it's also, but the thing with like the designer or just even the collector community is like, we might seem like there's a lot of us out there. There's really not. Like we're such a small community. And as we get to know more and more of these folks, you start realizing that a lot of people know each other. And we just like, and that's the thing that we want to contribute to, is that we just want to make sure that the folks that are trying to put their stamp out there, trying to get a toy out there, or trying to get a collection going, that they have the support that they need in order to be successful in whatever terms that they define success at. But seeing folks like Abominable and supporting them in their efforts is something, we're tuning into our collector side from there. And we love seeing these other designer toy companies make it, because, I feel like a win for them is a win for us, because as they're gaining in popularity and they're getting more folks that are getting into designer vinyl figure toys, like it just pays an avenue for us as well. So awesome. Yeah, like I've been collecting, and that's the thing, like I would I think when Eric comes back, he can attest to it. So I started mainly collecting Funko, and then I started getting into the designer figure collectibles. So again, like this is all coming like my gateway into all these collectibles and thing is from Eric. Like he finds it and then I see what he's collecting and I jump on it as well. So when he started making the jump from Funko into other designer collectible figures, I was looking at it and I was like, wow, like it's amazing, like the amount of designer figures that come out from these incredible artists, and I want to own them all. But yeah, designer figure collectibles are, yeah, they're really
They can
pricey.
get
Yeah, they can
pretty
get
pricey. They can get from ridiculous to redonkulous, like really quickly.
yeah, and they have their own fan base too. So when you're trying to get a drop, like those things go quick, and yeah, they
Tell
go
them what
quick.
you missed today.
I missed the drop from Bim Toy today, the Lucky Cat. Like I was on it at 10 a.m. I added it to my cart and then got past the address screen to billing and it sold out. And I was just like,
Same thing happened with that Kraken. I mean, everybody was talking about it in the chat earlier that
yeah, the Kraken piece.
yeah, I mean, it was gone instantly. It's like the things that I don't think that everybody's gonna hoard are the things that are selling out, and the things that I think everybody's gonna grab. It's like I ended up getting one of the Cheshire Cats when they dropped the WonderCon stuff because I knew it was gonna be a limited piece, and so I was shocked that I got that. But I was like, I don't understand why nobody's.
Oh, the thing I missed from WonderCon that I didn't think would be popular, and that's just me not just being in tune with the community as much, but I really wanted that Funko apron.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was gunning for that and I missed, and yeah, I was surprised that was a highly sought after item. I was just like, oh, I want that apron.
That's the thing with we're collectors at heart, and we've never stopped collecting. We love collecting pieces, and our collection is just evolving. Like one of the other things I really collect is posters, screen printed posters. Yeah. We actually went to MondoCon for the first time this year, and it was amazing. But it goes to show how even though we're collectors and we have between both of us thousands of pops and hundreds of posters, that no matter how many things we have and how in tune we think we are with things, we'll put out a piece and it won't sell, or we'll think this piece is fantastic, it's gonna win. We did a versus campaign a few months back where we let our audience pick the next variant. We had no idea or no clue that would be the piece that would win. We honestly didn't even know. It goes to show that even though we're collectors and we love collectibles and everything else, we don't know what our audience wants, and that's a huge thing. That's why we love their input.
Well, you got another one that says, "Ooh, I would buy some Tiger King VANSER toys. Beat Funko."
All right. Carol Baskin only. Carol Baskin, Ramble.
That's awesome. Have you guys heard of Mon? The Mon?
Yes, absolutely. We know one of the creators personally, and he's been a fantastic help to us and a great voice and guidance for us.
Because one of the guys that's in our group, he collects those, and that's why I wanted to see how you guys did, and he said that the original ones that they got of the Mons, like they didn't sit well, like they weren't balanced, and I guess they're having to work on that. I mean, are those some of the things that you guys had to think about in the process, is making sure that they would stand up if they were out of box? And
I'll just show it right now because we previewed it. This is one of our pieces. We did this piece in collaboration with Los Locos Funkeros. They're a Funko collector group. And the funny thing about this guy was the logo's on the front, so we had to design it in a way that would print the logo with the cleanest details. So what that did was make them really front heavy. So this guy would just tip over. And I don't know if you can see the crown pretty well.
Yeah.
But the crown is extremely delicate. Resin cures kind of similar to glass. So these things were just tilting over and then cracking the crowns. So we had Chris redesign it and add a counterbalance to his butt, so that when he does sit, he sits evenly.
Oh, very cool.
So it is something that we another thing is we've redesigned the horn. We saw that how delicate it was.
Okay.
So Chris went back to the drawing board and modeled it and made the horns quite a bit thicker and more robust. So we definitely want to give the people the highest quality product that we can.
Yeah.
So we're always working.
And I see a question on here is for a Halloween line for Ramble. Yeah, me and Eric were talking about what we would do for our Halloween line, especially when we were seeing the releases for the Funkoween stuff that were coming out. Or just like, oh, Funko,
Big time.
Halloween summer. I was like, all right, we'll do. And like our Skelly piece, I think is just in it was a test run for that, but yeah, there's a couple variations that we got going on for a Halloween line that we're gonna do. And Eric can attest to it. Eric's a huge Halloween fan.
Do you want to go ahead and preview the drop for 2 weeks from now? So the caramel apple piece is going to be dropping 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
These will be limited to 3. They're all different because they're each hand painted. But should we go ahead and
preview you know what,
Skelly?
We might as well preview it here. Why not?
Yeah, that's the funnest.
Ooh, world premiere.
So this is going to be previewing as well in 2 weeks.
Awesome. There you go.
Get my light here.
Yeah, let's
Hey,
So he's just a white and black skeleton piece.
yeah, so it's
And
the reverse coat.
I think he does glow in the dark as well. So he will be glow in the dark. And it is the black and white variant.
Well, that's very cool. There you go, guys. Glow chase.
Yeah, that'll be included in the drop for next Saturday.
Very
And
cool.
that's one of the fun parts of doing this, honestly, is that to have all the capabilities within our fingertips and to be able to try something out and then see if it'll work or not is something that we've been really trying to push forth. Because I know we were at the beginning, especially with the vinyl stuff and the custom things, we were always thinking about, okay, what kind of paint variant can we do this in? How can we increase our paint work? And then we started realizing is like, hey, we don't always have to default to paint. We can also see what we can do differently with the sculpt because we have that capability. Like we have the 3D modeling capability, and then we have the ability to print it in-house and get a working figure in a day or two. So it's really fun, and we have a couple of fun things in the works, especially. And I know you mentioned themes earlier. We do have a summer line coming, and our first piece for the summer line, I'm pretty excited about it. So we'll unveil that in a couple of weeks. I'm still messing with the 3D model, and then we got to do the test print, but it's going to be an exciting piece. I'm excited about it.
We got a couple people in here that are already fighting over the skeleton one.
There is one dropping this Saturday. It is the very, very first print that we've ever done of the skeleton piece. Obviously, now we've refined the model and our process, but that one of one will be dropping on Saturday, and there is only one. It will be the only one of that colorway, so that'll be really, really fun.
Yeah, and it's been hard. Like one of the things that's been hard is like we always love to accommodate our audience, but I think for the Skelly one, that particular one, we've had a lot of requests of folks just trying to buy it outright, and we're just like, oh, like we want to give everyone a fair shot because like we only have one piece, and then you have like various folks reaching out saying, can I just buy it now? Can I just buy it now? And we'll just do it on the DL. Or just like, no, we can't, not for this one at least. But, and that's the thing too, is like when we have something like that a lot of people want, like we try to do our best to accommodate it. But since we are printing these out in resin, and we aren't casting them currently. Like we can't do bigger runs, but that's something that we might look to in the future as well.
So Eric asked, do you use ABS plastic for printing?
We use resin, which is pretty much epoxy. It's between, the consistency is between glass and plastic, like a hard plastic. So we don't use ABS. ABS is more of a PLA type of printer, so a flatbed type of printer.
Mm-hmm.
This is all liquid, all ultra high detail resin. It's definitely a different beast because it's a lot more time consuming and a lot more materials as far as like cleaning, and you're dealing with liquids now rather than a hard plastic, but it definitely has the highest amount of detail. So that's why we can do like the LLF piece and do your logo, and the CSU piece and do a really, really clean logo because we have that capability.
Yeah, my parents, when all this started, we had one 3D printer, and then they ended up buying a couple more, and so we've been producing face shields throughout this whole thing. And then the first fundraiser that I did, and I took 70 pops out of my collection and waffled them off, and then I donated $700 to the local high school here, who bought more printers, and they've churned out a couple thousand now to the first responders and stuff, and all across the country. And my parents have sent out over 500, I think now, 600. Just
that's amazing.
Wow.
So, I mean, they're definitely cool things to have. I've never seen a resin printer. I'm gonna look it up on YouTube when we're done, so I can see exactly how that goes. Do you guys have any of those like videos like that shows like how you guys make them on your website?
Yeah, we should have them in our well, I think we have a couple in our, I don't know if we have them. I know we did a lot of stories for the printer, but I don't know if we did a post about it, but we could certainly do one. I think we always have something printing.
Yeah, like all the time. We actually, just to our fans, we made an order for a larger resin printer.
Oh yeah.
That was based off of all the support and all the steam we've been getting for selling all of our one-offs, that we were able to buy a much larger resin printer. So hopefully we can start doing full-size rambles, which is the 5-inch is the size that we kind of fell in love with.
Mm-hmm.
We've been regulated to this 3-inch format just because that's the type of printer that we have right now. But we would love to make 5-inch resin pieces. Despite the cost, the cost will probably be much higher, but that's the format that we fell in love with originally.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you coming on tonight. I mean, I really do. This has been so much fun. I am going to show off before we get out of here tonight. I mean, you're welcome to jet if you want, but I appreciate you guys coming on, and I'll try, and I think we're one away from getting you to 2,400. I'm going to just refresh one more time here.
No, we really appreciate you reaching out. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
And we really appreciate you reaching out and inviting us on your podcast. Like we love it. Like, again, we're always checking our messages. So, and we're always finding ways to do what we can. And yeah, hopefully this is just the beginning of a long partnership.
I hope so. Absolutely. Make sure you guys watch me make a fool out of myself on Friday. So it'll be a lot of fun.
I will be watching. I'll
that's going to be awful. I can't wait to see it.
I like crying today over medium plus Thai food, and so I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I'm not going to cheat either. I'm going to do it. I'm going to, they did what they did, and I owe it to them to go through that. But we launched a Patreon today. And let me share this with you guys. And we did it. I did it inexpensively, so that a lot of different people could participate if they want. And where is it? Right here. So because we want to do giveaways and do more stuff like this, but it's all coming out of pocket right now, as you two can probably attest to. And anytime you guys give something away or donate something, it does come out of someone's pocket. So we started this Patreon today, and it's patreon.com/Night Owl Sessions. And I did it all owl themes. So for $1 a month, you'll get access to Patreon only. We're going to do an Instagram page for the Night Owl Sessions. It's going to be a public one, and then we're going to do private chats. Also, the Patreon at the $1 level, so that's 4 quarters, guys. It's not too much, but that will give you access to helping kind of shape some of the things we're going to do in the future. So I already have a poll on there of what you guys would like to see on an upcoming episode. When you get to the $5 a month, that gets you 10%, or it's going to be 10% off the merchandise that we're going to come up with. So once we get the logo set and how we like it, then we're going to look at, doing the pins and the t-shirts and everything else. That'll get you 10% off, and that for a lifetime on that, or as long as you're an active Patreon, so that you'll be able to do that. And you will also have a separate private chat for the Barn Owls. We'll credit you guys at the end of every single episode. And then for $15 a month, you get all the benefits of Tier 1 and Tier 2. You guys will basically be like the board of directors. Let's see if I can show more here. This one will get you 25% off future Night Owl merchandise. Also, you'll be invited to join a live stream at least once per quarter, guaranteed. And you will help us choose the quarterly charity that we're going to do going forward. So instead of me and Fox taking up the main chats and everything else, we'll kind of pull the people who want to be involved with where this channel goes up to, some private chats to take it out of there, and be able to work with the people that really want to work with us on where this goes. So we've always said that this is a round table. We've always said this is for all of you guys, and that's why we started it, and that everyone's welcome. We've been kicking around a tagline. I said this to Fox earlier. We haven't really decided on it, but I wanted to say every night for everyone. This is a place where everybody can feel safe and comfortable and be yourself and not have to worry about anything. So if you guys are interested, there is a link on the cover for the channel itself here on YouTube. I will post it on Instagram as well. All this money, and it does say in here, we're going to use it for one, to work on getting you guys some merchandise. 2, buying additional giveaways and stuff that we can do on here so we can continue to have fun. And 3, the giveaways and prizes and stuff that we do for the charities. And then whatever we have left will actually go to the charity. We'll donate those directly to the charity. So that's what it's for. It's not to be a job so I can quit my job. I'm not looking for Patreon to support that. But I want to do some good things with this channel. I know Fox does as well. I don't see him in here anymore tonight. He had a brief visit. But if you guys are interested, please check it out. Let me know what you think. I think we did something that's a little bit for everyone, no matter what your situation is right now. So, guys, thanks again. I really do appreciate it. I know it's
Thank you for having us.
7 o'clock there
Absolutely.
right now. Kicking 10:15 over here in Michigan, and it's finally starting to cool down. I heard the air actually turn off. I have the fan going and the air on. If you can, that's what we do here in Michigan, because at 84 degrees we're melting.
Yeah, with that humidity, we were at 105 today.
Oof.
Yeah.
No. You guys are death nuts of the cities in the country there with 105 degrees. I don't know where Dead Zone said he's been following you guys for a while. He's out in Arizona somewhere, and I don't know how hot it gets out there either, but that's a little too hot for me.
Yeah, we'll step outside and I'll be like, why do people live here? It's like, it's burning.
Yeah, you can't go outside. Yeah, it's fine. Just go back inside.
Have grass?
Yes.
Oh,
and
you do?
palm trees.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, palm trees, yeah.
Yeah,
Very
some
tropical.
there wasn't a whole lot of grass there, and I was like, oh, really? I didn't know that.
It's a conundrum out here. It's absurd. And it's beautiful, and I love it.
No, I've never been. So when I come to Vegas, I will hit you guys up, and you guys.
Yeah, definitely. hit us up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Anytime.
All right, guys. So thank you, guys. Chat. Thanks for everything. Pop's got it.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank
Yeah,
you. Thank
thanks
you,
for-
everybody,
Thank
for
you
following us.
so much for getting us to 2,400. I mean, we came in and we were like, oh, I didn't even know that was going to happen, but that was a great surprise.
This is a
Thank you
great
so
community.
much.
These people are awesome. So yeah.
Yeah, you'll see us again. We'll do some stuff with you for sure.
Absolutely, that'd be great.
Amazing community.
All right. Good night, chat. Thanks for everything. The next time you see me, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna do some waffles. We're gonna play some games, and then I'm going to burn my mouth off. So
I'm tuning in for that.
yeah, we'll see you in
Yeah,
2 days.
same here. I'll be there for that. All right.
All right. Good night, guys.
Thank you.
Good
Thank
night.
you, everybody.
Thanks.